which is which is very influential, as far as I know, very influential journal. So you can see here that UAA in the print collection, we carry the New England Journal of Medicine all the way back to January 1st, 1943. That'd be really cool to look at an article from last year and compare it to an article from 1943, just to see how everything's changed. That might be worth your time if you're in the library. If not, there are a couple places that it looks like that you can go to get access online to these articles. So let's just say I'm going to go straight to the New England Journal of Medicine, because they have access to present all the way back to 1990. So that is well within the 15-year range that I have given you for this assignment. So let's say I see their issue index right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick something from last year, from 2010. I'll just go ahead and just pick on the first one. Again, you don't have to necessarily find an article that is really interesting to you, because at this point you're not really worried about content. You're looking at format and the language. You're not comparing research or anything like that. You're comparing the language that's being used. So let's see if there's anything in here that is even remotely interesting. How about painful purple toes? Yes. Okay. All right. So this one looks interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking for the full text. That's what I want, because I want to get the full. I want to get the entire article. So I see right down here they have a link to the PDF. So when I click on that, and there we go. I have the entire article right there at my fingertips. Isn't that great? I don't know. This is probably a bad idea. I don't think I want to do this one. Let's try. Oh, oops! I did not mean to close out of that all the way. Okay, I'll try one of the serious ones. I don't know if I can think about and talk about painful purple toes for another 20 minutes or so. All right, preventing surgical site. All right, okay. Okay, I'll just go with the first one right here. Preventing surgical site infections and nasal carriers of Staphylococcus aureus. All right, so we'll just click on the PDF. So again, here we go. We've got the full article right there. So what I am going to go ahead and do is I'll just go ahead and minimize that and hold on to that one for right now. And then, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and save it to my desktop. That way I have the article already there, and if it closes, then it closes. Okay. I'll pick something from about 15 years ago. I'll go ahead and pick something from 1990. Let's just go ahead and do 20 years, and see what comes up. How about this? This looks kind of interesting. We'll just go with that one. The PDF. Okay, so I found another one from 20 years ago, and I scroll down. Okay, yep, there it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save that one too. So I just found two random articles from the same journal, but separated by 20 years. And then that's all. That's all I need to do at this point. Now the New England Journal. What's really cool about this one is, yes, we do have print volumes that go back several years, but you can even also go all the way back to 1812. So then, really, that's all I need to do at that point. So now that I have the two articles, all right, let's come back to this. So I want to find my two articles, and again, content doesn't matter. You're just looking for two articles from the same journal from separated by years. One of the first things that I ask you to look at, let's see if we can come back here to Blackboard. One of the first things that I ask you to look at, first analyze the features of the two articles selected from the journal. So the first thing is, are the articles in two areas presented in the MRAD format? For those of you who don't know what the IMRAD format is, this is a conventional way of organizing. Let's see, conventional organizational pattern for scientific articles. All right, so the I stands for, right, introduction. Actually, this reflects the. I should probably note that this reflects the body of the article. Before the body of the article, you have what is called front matter. Front matter includes. Let's get some bullets going on. Front matter includes the title, the abstract, and probably note about the abstract because you have to do a little bit of writing on it this week for your reading process questions. The abstract is probably the most widely read part of an article. It's usually a standalone piece. It's not the introduction, I should note. The abstract is not the introduction, but it's kind of the, I guess, a capsule version. It's the. I heard it said that it's the article in miniature, I suppose. The vocabulary of an abstract kind of serves as when people are going to be searching for your work, the keywords that they're looking for are going to come from the abstract. So the abstract has to clearly and accurately represent. It talks about the problem that is being written about, overviews the methodology, and then the main results that future researchers might get from the work. Abstracts vary in length, but they're usually about 150 to 200 words, relatively short. They're very descriptive, or not very descriptive, just information heavy. A nice overall summary of all the different parts. So then, title, abstract, and then what? Sometimes, especially now, journals will ask for keywords, for search terms, or write tags. They might ask for that. So you can pull out certain terms or words that are important to your study. They might ask for those, and then comes the body, and that's where the IMRAD comes in. So the introductions, basically, the main function of the introduction is to identify two things. One is supposed to identify the objectives of your study and the rationale for your paper. The introduction has to argue that your study is, or that the study in some way is original, that it's connected to good research before it. Right, it's part of a story, right? Isn't that what we said? Science writing is storytelling in a way. So that's what you're doing in the introduction. Is you're showing that your experiment or your writing, your research is an original part of this long-running story. So you have to do several different things. One of your objectives, one of the objectives in the introduction is to specify the problem that's being addressed. Summarize previous research. This is sometimes called the literature review. And the third objective of an introduction is to indicate what the present work will add to current knowledge about the subject. Basically, the last paragraph of an introduction is, let's see, I guess I can put that here. Yeah, the last paragraph is usually about one or two sentences that kind of preview and summarize the findings. So again, nobody reads scientific articles for the suspense, right? You just come out right away tell them what it is, what's the problem,